Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum. I am Rustam Ali Samo. In previous video, we have discussed 20 examples with 20 rules of error detection. Now, further in this video, we will discuss 20 examples regarding this topic error detection. So, let's start. According to number 23, it is a 2 hours journey. Guys, you will notice that sometimes hours is used as a singular as well as plural. If we say he is 50 years old, here it is in correct form because here we have not used a noun after an adjective old. So we should say he is 50 years old. Here we have to use years, not year. But when we are going to use a noun after an adjective, here we should say he is 50-year-old man. When we add a noun after a old, here we have to remove s from years. So here you will notice that after or we have a noun journey. So here we should add it is a 2 hour journey. So here after a noun journey we have to add a singular form of or. So we should say it is a 2 hour journey. According to number 24, this box weighs 1.5 pounds. Guys, in such structures, in such examples, we have to add a article before these fractions. So we should say this box weighs 1.5 pounds. According to number 28, his all books were burnt yesterday. Here we have to exchange the position of two words his and all. So here we should say all his books, not his all books, but here we have to say all his books were burnt yesterday. According to number 29, the two first pages of this book are torn. Here we should also say that the first two pages of this book are torn. According to number 31, it is no use to ask her, she is not interested in it. Here with this structure we have to add a ing form. Here we should say it is no use of asking her, she is not interested in it. According to number 32, she finished her work when I met her. Sometimes guys we confuse two classes in past simple. Here we have to use first class in past simple and the second class in past perfect. So according to the situation, according to the time which is mentioned in this sentence, here we have to guess which one class should be in past simple and which one should be in past perfect. So here you will notice that as she finished her work when I met her means before meeting she had already finished her work. So here we should say she had finished her work because both the sentences are in past. So here we have to manage these sentences according to the tenses. So here we should say she had finished her work when I met her means before meeting she had already finished her work. So here it should be, here first class should be in past perfect while the rest in past simple. So here we should say she finished her work when I met her. According to number 34, avoid to go there. It is a dangerous place. Guys, there is also a structure. Avoid always takes a ing form. So here we should say avoid going there. It is a dangerous place. According to number 35, it is you who is behaving rudely with me. Guys, you will notice that we have used relative pronoun who for what? For the subject you. So here we have to place the verb according to the major subject which is you. So here verb must be agreed with the you, not who. So here we should say it is you who are behaving rudely with me. We should not place a verb with a relative pronoun, but here we have to add a verb according to the major subject, which is you. So here it becomes it is you who are behaving rudely with me. Number 38. He wanted certain boy to make entry into the principal office. Guys, here in this example you will notice that we have added certain with the noun boy. Sometimes when you are going to use this structure certain with a noun, here you should place a article. So here we should say he wanted a certain boy. But when we are going to use plural noun, here we should just use certain, not a certain. Here we have used a singular noun, so here we have to add a article before a word certain. So here it becomes he wanted a certain boy. But when we are going to use boys, here a article must be removed. Here it should be, so here it becomes he wanted a certain boy. But when we are going to use plural noun boys, so we should say he wanted certain boys. According to number 39, I do not doubt that he will come. Guys, doubt in many cases agrees with that as well as with whether. When you are going to make your structure in negative form, here doubt never agrees with that conjunction, because here we have made a statement in negative form. Suppose look at I do not doubt that he will come. Here our first statement is in negative, so that should be omitted and that should be replaced by whether. So here we should say I do not doubt whether he will come. But when we are going to make this structure in affirmative sense, here we are needed that. If I say I doubt that he will come, but when we make it negative, here that must be omitted, that must be replaced by conjunction whether. So here it becomes I do not doubt whether he will come. According to number 41, you will not pass until you work hard. Guys, sometimes we confuse these two structures, until and unless. Until should be reserved for the time and unless for the situation. So here you will notice that we are talking about the situation, not for the time. So here we should say you will not pass until you work hard. But here until should be replaced by unless, because here we are talking about the situation. So here we should say you will not pass the exam unless you work hard. If we say wait here until I come, so here we are talking about time, so we should place until, not unless. According to number 44, when I heard his knock, I went to the door. Guys, here you will notice that we have used a verb heard, and after a verb we require what? We require an object. So here you will notice that after a verb heard we have added a possessive pronoun. So here his becomes him. So we should say when I heard him knock, I went to the door. According to number 45, the police asked each of us about our movements. Guys, here in this sentence you will notice that the police asked each of us. Here each of us represent distributive pronoun. So according to distributive pronoun we have to place, we have to add, we have to use a possessive pronoun which should be in singular, not in plural. So here we should say the police asked each of us about his movement. According to number 46, I did not know hardly in the city. Guys, when you are going to use this word hardly, you should not make the sentence into negative form. So, and its position will be before the subject. You should say hardly did I know in the city. According to number 47, although she was fired, but she went on working. Guys, there is an essential point which you have to remember, that sometimes sometimes two conjunctions can't be used at a time. For suppose we have already used a conjunction although, then why we are needed to use extra conjunction in this sentence? Simply we have to replace this conjunction but with a comma. So here we should say, although she was fired, that comma, she went on working. According to number 48, hardly did I reach the station when the train left. So it is in correct form, because according to hardly, as we have mentioned in number 46, that it is in correct form. According to number 49, the thief ran away before the police arrived there. Such type of example has been discussed before. So guys, when you are going to use two clauses in a sentence, then we have to use first clause in past simple and the rest in past perfect. So here, according to the situation, which one should be in past simple and which one in past perfect. So according to the time, according to the situation, we have to place these clauses into their respective tenses. The thief ran away before the police arrived there. Here situation tells us that before the police, the thief ran away. The action of thief is in past of the past. So here it should be in past perfect. So we should say the thief had run away before the police arrived there. According to number 51, none of my friends was present in the meeting yesterday. None of two friends was present in the meeting yesterday. Guys, when we are going to make our sentences in negative form, we use two words, none and neither nor. None should be used when we are going to talk about more than two. But when we are going to talk about for two persons, two friends, two students, here we should not use none but neither. So here we should say neither of two friends was present in the meeting yesterday. According to number 52, many a worker have not finished his job. There is a structure, guys. There is an essential point which you have to remember, that if we are going to make our sentence with many a, so after many a, we have to place a singular noun. Here it becomes many a worker, not many a workers. But when you are going to make such structure with many a, you have to add singular verb. Many a worker has not finished his job. But when you are going to make such structure with many, here you have to place a plural noun. It should be many workers, and after that you will use plural verb. So many workers have not finished their job, but here we have used this structure many a. So here we are needed singular noun, and after that we are not needed plural verb but singular. According to 53, any of these two men would do this work. Guys, here you will notice that we are talking about two persons. So when we are going to talk about two persons, we are not needed any, but we are needed either in the positive sense and neither in the negative sense. So here we should say either of these two men would do this work. According to number 54, you have been reading and watching since many years. Guys, in the video of since and for, we have noticed that for should be used when we are going to use noun plus adjective. Here you will notice that many is an adjective and ours is a noun. If a sentence having noun plus adjective, we are needed what? For. And if there is a missing of noun or an adjective, we are needed what? We are needed since. So here it becomes you have been reading and watching for many hours. According to number 56, he does not know to play cricket. Guys, here you will notice that we have made a sentence in negative form. So here we should not say to play cricket, but here we have to say he does not know how to play cricket. According to number 57, I enjoyed during my stay in Murray. Here such types of sentences like enjoy, they will carry reflexive pronoun according to the subject. So here it becomes I enjoyed myself during my stay in Murray. According to number 58, he has a PhD in English. Guys, such types of qualifications, such types of degrees should not be confused in present perfect or in past perfect. Here simply we should say he is a PhD in English. Number 60. Both servants have not come today. Here we are talking about two persons, two servants, and we have made this sentence negative form. So such types of examples in which we are going to talk about two persons and we make a statement in negative form. So here both and not should be replaced by neither. So here we should say neither the servants have come today. So hope guys you understand them very well. Further examples with rules will be discussed in next videos. Thank you for watching this video.